Football is changing faster than it ever has, both from year to year and play to play. Rosters get overhauled each offseason, if not each week, and so do the schemes. There are few constants. In fact, there's only one. The Jets don't have a quarterback. Yet while football is constantly changing, the way we talk about it has stayed the same. That's a problem. It's time for the conversation to catch up with the game, and there are two areas to target. First up, positions. Positioning in the NFL is more flexible than ever, but yet we still talk about positions like we're stuck in the past. This rigidity probably should have disappeared when the 3-4 defense became popular in the 1980s. At this point, linebackers and defensive ends have been doing the same job for more than 35 years. Nowadays, safeties can be cornerbacks, cornerbacks can be safeties, linebackers can be safeties, or safeties can even be linebackers. Players like Arizona's Tyrann Mathieu or Carolina's Christian McCaffrey can play 3 or 4 positions on any given play. Teams are now running interchangeable offenses. On a single drive, McCaffrey can start as a running back, the Panthers can stay in a no huddle, and on the next play, McCaffrey can split out wide into the slot, and then even wider as an outside receiver. To match, Mathieu could cover him in each role if he wanted to. The solution? Outside of quarterbacks, linemen, and some hefty nose tackles, let's just stop worrying about positions altogether. Why can't we describe what someone does instead of what they're supposed to be? Pass rusher, coverage guy, badass. Second, statistics. Unlike baseball or basketball, football doesn't lend itself to intense number crunching. In fact, many traditional stats can be misleading. Interceptions are largely a function of how often a team is throwing your way. Tackles get handed out like free hot dogs. Touchdowns depend on who the coach likes enough to give goal line carries to, and in this era of unlimited passing, if you just looked at their stats, you'd think that Andy Dalton and Sam Bradford are both better than Joe Montana. They're not. So how do we find a better way to assess value? For quarterbacks, maybe it's NBA-style shot charts. That might sufficiently shame the next Bradford into taking more risks. The Vikings quarterback broke the single-season record for completion percentage last year, but he did it by passing short. If we visualize how many of his completions happen within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, it doesn't seem like a record worth having. It's also time to move away from sum total statistics. The game moves so quickly now, and there are more plays because of the no-huddle spread, that all stats should be judged on a per-play or per-drive basis. Adding things up is just dumb. What's more important is your efficiency. How many rushes, receptions, or passes do you need per touchdown? And what's the average length of your touchdowns? 15 rushing scores isn't as impressive if they all came from the goal line. And if you give them enough passing opportunities, even a Jets quarterback could throw over 30 touchdowns. Ryan Fitzpatrick did it 2 years ago. Ryan Fitzpatrick. So there you have it. Positions are dumb and your stats don't matter. That's football in 2017. We can do better.